Hi, Mrs. Loria. My name is Salimata, and I am the OT just working with your son, John. I am about to do an assessment on him, but these are questionnaires that I want to ask you to see how he does at home. There is one that goes to the school for his teacher, but then this form is how he perform at home. Like just look at behaviors and just to make sure to see how we will how he it affect his function. So I have few questions in different section here, and I will ask you. I will ask you the questions, and if you don't understand, just let me know. So you will answer never, occasionally, frequently, or always. So I'm gonna start with social participation. So does your child play with friends cooperatively like without arguments or
I'd say occasionally.
interact appropriately with parents and other significant adults? Like, does he communicate well, follow directions, shows respect, etc.?
I'd say frequently for that one.
Does he share things when asked,
Um, yeah, he does that a lot.
like things that happen at school or with friends when he? Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty open about what happens.
Does he carry on a conversation without standing or sitting too close to others?
Um, frequently.
Does he maintain appropriate eye contact during conversation?
Um, I would say frequently for that one as well.
Does he join in play with others without disrupting the ongoing activity?
Occasionally. He's very disruptive.
Does he take part in appropriate mealtime conversation and interactions?
Yeah, he's really good about that, I'd say always.
Does he participate appropriately in family outings, such as dining out or going to a park, museum, or to the movie?
Yeah, I'd say he does. Always.
Would you say always?
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Does he participate appropriately in family gatherings, such as holidays, weddings, and birthdays?
I would say never.
No. Does he participate appropriately in family gatherings, such as which we got to that one? That is a never. I apologize. Does he participate appropriately in activity with friends, such as parties, going to the mall, and riding bikes, skateboards, or scooters?
Occasionally.
So that was about the social participation. Now we will talk about, I'm going to ask you a question about his vision. So, does he seem to be bothered by light, especially bright light, like blinks, squints, or cries, closed eyes, etc. when that happen?
Never.
No? Does he have trouble finding an object when it is part of a group of other things?
I would say frequently.
Yeah. Does he close one eye or tip his or her head back when looking at something or someone? Like,
I'd say occasionally for that.
does he become distressed in unusual visual environments, such as a bright, colorful room or a dimly lit room?
No, I'd say never.
No. Does he have difficulty controlling eye movement when following object like a ball with his or her eyes?
Never.
Does he have difficulty recognizing how objects are similar or different based on their color, shape, or size?
Never.
Does he enjoy watching objects spin or move more than most kids his or her or of his age?
No.
Is that a never?
Yeah, I would
Or-
say never.
Okay. Because I'm gonna remind you again, the rating it can be never, occasionally, frequently, or always. Okay. Does he walk into object or people as if they were not there?
Never.
Does he like to flip light switches and on and off repeatedly?
Never.
Does he dislike certain type of lighting such as midway sun, strobe lights, flickering lights, or fluorescent lights?
No. Never.
Does he enjoy looking at moving object out of the corner of his or of his eye?
Never.
All right, so we are all done with that section. So we will talk about his hearing. Okay. Does he seem bothered by ordinary household sounds such as the vacuum cleaner, hair dryer, or toilet flushing?
Never.
Does he respond negatively to loud noises by running away, crying, or holding hands over ears?
Occasionally.
Does he appear to not hear certain sounds?
Never.
Does he seem disturbed by or intensely interested in sound not usually noticed by other people?
Never.
Does he seem frightened of sound that do not usually cause distress in other kids of his age?
Never.
Does he seem easily distracted by background noise, such as a lawnmower outside, an air conditioner, a refrigerator, or fluorescent lights?
I would say occasionally.
Does he like to cause? Does he like to cause certain sound to happen over and over again, such as by repeatedly flushing the toilet?
Never.
Does he show distress at shrill or brazy sounds such as whistles, padded noisemakers, flutes, or trumpets?
Occasionally.
This seemed very long, but I just it normally take 15 to 20 minutes to just administer this test, which I should have just explained to you. Um, so now we will get to the section of the touch. Okay, how does he feel with things touching him and all that? So does he pull away from being touched lightly?
Mm, I would say maybe occasionally.
Does he seem to lack normal awareness of being touched?
Never.
Does he become distressed by the feel of new clothes?
Never.
Does he prefer to touch rather than to be touched?
I would probably say probably always for that one.
Does he become distressed by having his fingernails or toenail cut?
Never.
Does he seem bothered when someone touches his face?
Never.
Does he avoid touching or playing with finger paints, paste, sand, clay, mud, glue, or other messy things?
Occasionally.
Does he have an unusual high tolerance for pain?
I would say occasionally.
Does he dislike teeth brushing more than most kids his age?
Never.
Does he seem to enjoy sensations that should be painful, such as crashing onto the floor or hitting his own body?
Never.
Does he have trouble finding things in a pocket, bag, or backpack using touch only without looking?
I would say frequently for that one.
So that was the touch. We're moving on to the taste and smell. Does he like to taste non-food items such as glue or paint?
Oh, never.
Does he gag at the thought of an appealing food such as cooked spinach?
Frequently.
Does he like to smell non-food object and people? Does he show distress at smell at that other children do not notice?
Occasionally.
Does he seem to ignore or not notice strong odors that other children react to?
Never.
Now let's move on to the body awareness, how he will just realize where his body is compared um, to the space. So, does he grasp objects such as pencil or spoon so tightly that it is difficult to use the object?
Occasionally.
Does he seem driven to seek activities such as pushing, pulling, dragging, lifting, and jumping?
Occasionally.
Does he seem unsure to how far to raise or lower the body during movements such as sitting down or stepping over an object?
Occasionally.
Okay. All right. I think we will stop here for now.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is just to take. I will score this, and then we will figure out if he's have some sensory issues that just stop him from doing normal activities. Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll get you the result of that, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.